And what do you think you can achieve here?
The sky's the limit. Like I've said before, I think the club are financially in a stable, better place than what they have been the last few years. And I think if we can achieve and we can produce the best players around this area, and we want to produce players that want to come to this football club, and want to be the first place they come to. If they're not taken by any of the professional clubs that are higher up, the next place of call is here, and that's kind of what we want to build, and that's what, for me, is what I'm looking to do, is build an academy here where players want to come and they want to be here, and we build a reputation of doing the right things and producing players, and if they can get into the first team here, great, and that kind of has a knock-on effect of players seeing that they're going to actually play and they're going to get an opportunity within the first team here. Yeah. So for me, it's producing players and giving them that opportunity to come here and do the right things and learn the game, not just all aspects, how they treat themselves off the pitch, they look after themselves, they're respectful to everybody around the place, and just building all-round footballers, not just footballers on the pitch but off the pitch as well, do you know what I mean, and better human beings in terms of their life pathways outside of football, so when they eventually leave Aldershot town, they've got the necessary life skills that they're ready for that big that big wide world out there. So. And
in that, you are creating young men as well as footballers. Yeah. It's the impact of your work has a far greater reach than just on inside the white lines.
Yeah, definitely, and that's kind of, for me, it's respectful when they come in every day. They shake hands with all the staff at the football club. They're respectful to what they have here because the club looks after them. If you just look around the facility, they have to play on the pitch, they have to play on every week. They're respectful of that at the training ground. Everything's done right. All their jobs are done properly, and it's just giving them the necessary life skills to when they go on to, hopefully careers within football. But if not, when they go into that workplace, they know what to expect and how to be respectful to people.
But it is a tough catchment area here. You've got, as you said, Reading, Swindon a bit further west, Portsmouth and Southampton to the south, even Chelsea and Fulham coming out from southwest London. But Aldershot Town can have play a big part within that catchment area. There is a niche that we can be the best at, even if we're not definitely competing on a equal playing field.
I think it's just finding a level really that where we are the best. Obviously, we're not going to be able to compete with your Chelseas, your Fulhams, your Brentfords in terms of the players that they're going to be able to attract. But if we can get ourselves some kind of level underneath that, where we are the next best kind of academy outside of that, then that would be great, And if that's just kind of finding that level foothold really of where we fit in with that, Obviously, we want to kind of be the best, the next best one out of the Football League. Hopefully in the not too distant future we'll be back in the Football League so we can be able to compete with the teams like that again. But for the time being, it's looking to attract the best players around this area that are not quite good enough for maybe your Brentfords, your Chelseas, your Fulhams, but they are ready for this. So that's, for my aim, is building the academy from within, building a structure, a philosophy where it's right, and then we start to attract the best players from there on.
What would you say are the keys to a successful academy?
I think it's just giving players opportunities and giving them a pathway where they can really see that there is going to be first team opportunities for them. There is a way of playing that is going to be for every player's need. We're not just going to try and work with the best players at all times. We're going to try and give every player an understanding of how to play the game. They learn in different ways, players. So they get the necessary coaching day in, day out. So, it's a case of everybody's learning objectives are different. Everybody learns in different ways. But if we can work that within players and the structure of the football club, so they learn and they all reach the same goal, then perfect.
And finally, what can players, either joining the academy or looking to join the academy, what can they expect under your leadership?
To be taught, hopefully, kind of be groomed for, I say groomed, probably the wrong word I've used there, in terms of they'll be taught a way of playing that will benefit them. They'll be treated the right way. I'm an approachable guy, I'm a relaxed guy. It's a case of just building them for the first team here and building players here, and the future looks good for the football club in terms of that. So we're a club very much moving forward on and off the pitch. The academy's starting to move forward within that role as well. And for us, the future looks good. So we are on the right pathway. We're making the right steps, and under me, hopefully they'll be ready for whatever type of football they play in terms of whatever level they finish at, whether it's the first team, whether it's in professional football at a higher level, whether it's at non-league level. We'll try and work with players to build them for the level they're at and make sure they're ready to play. Do you know what I mean? If that makes sense. So.